This is National Volunteer Appreciation Week, and one special volunteer at St. Luke's Hospital is entrusted with caring for some of the most vulnerable patients. It's a gig he thinks maybe he's overpaid for.
Stock market looks pretty good long term.
Bob McElwain loves giving advice on the stock market and lamenting about the Royals' rocky start.
It's got to get better.
To the tiniest ears in Kansas City.
They don't have much to say. They just listen.
Today's listener is Caden, born 3 weeks premature with Down syndrome. He's in St. Luke's neonatal intensive care unit.
So I just put the babies here on my chest. They can feel my voice, and they can also hear me. And it just seems to be very soothing. They just sleep right through the whole thing.
McElwain and his wife have been volunteers at St. Luke's for 20 years. For the last 5 years, he's come to the NICU to hold babies once a week. His low voice makes him the baby whisperer. One story about the Dow Jones, and the babies are soothed to sleep.
They can feel the vibrations. Babies in their early years, this size on up, need to be held. They need to be loved. And you don't have to tell them that. They'll know if they're being held. That's important.
It's important for their moms who sometimes have to leave the hospital to care for other children. Linda Marone has a 10-year-old at home, and Caden is here.
I know that when I'm not here, I know that the baby's not just in his crib. He's being held and being loved.
And Bob loves these babies.
Oh, I love it. This is the best part of my week. I feel like I should be paying the hospital to let me do this, but don't tell them that.
Bob and his wife live in the Bishop Spencer place, and they walk over to St. Luke's together to volunteer. Now, Bob's wife used to volunteer in the NICU with him, cuddling babies. But while most babies go home, not all do. And that was a really difficult thing for her to deal with emotionally. So she continues to volunteer in another area of the hospital. And thank goodness for people like Bob and his wife who do give so much of themselves to help people who are sick. So very cool.